What's up, everyone? Marty Martin here. This is the Geek Nick podcast. I am your host, and I just want to do a little rant on Jurassic World, on the Jurassic Park franchise. As some of you know, I announced that I'm going to be doing um, reviews on Jurassic Park movies, and so I'm going to do a comparison of the Jurassic World franchise versus the Jurassic Park franchise and show the differences and the connections as well, and which is better and which is worse. Next to the Star Wars franchise, the Jurassic Park series has made a larger cultural impact on modern cinema. Before Jurassic Park, there weren't any dinosaur movies made at the level of Jurassic Park. If you guys can really think about it, there really hasn't been one. I mean, the most popular dinosaur film before the 90s was the 1929 film The Lost World. Another film that featured dinosaurs on the big screen was done by Marion C. Cooper in the 1933 film King Kong. Dinosaurs became a major topic in the 20th century when in Montana in the year 1903, one of the greatest discoveries in paleontology history, let alone the history of humanity, was the excavation of the very first fossilized skeleton of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Boy, that was an introduction to the name. Oh my goodness, you guys cannot deny the awesomeness of the T-Rex. Possibly the greatest, most feared and fearless creature that ever walked the earth was the T-Rex. Hands down. Definitely. Spinosaurus does not count because it was a semi-amphibian. Well, it swam in water. I don't even know if I used the proper scientific term, but you get what I'm saying. The T-Rex, phenomenal. The average kid is going to say, oh, T-Rex is my all-time favorite. Just like when you ask the average kid, who's your favorite superhero? Batman. Well, usually the average young adult, they'll say Batman. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back. So there are things that stand out. And the T-Rex stands out of all the dinosaurs. Even though there are carnivores that were bigger than the T-Rex, but the T-Rex had the biggest and strongest bite. The biggest bite radius and the strength as well. So that's what makes the T-Rex, one of the reasons it makes it amazing. I mean, the T-Rex had an average height of 22 to 25 feet. And again, the people who are enamored the most with dinosaurs are children, are kids. It makes sense, okay, because kids love animals, especially big ones that we do not see today, all right? I mean, yeah, that is true. Kids, they like animals better than us. They really do. I guess because it's like something magical to them, because as a kid, everything is bigger and badder and amazing because of your height, you're small, seeing things that are big and massive is jaw-dropping. I mean, going to Disneyland, it's like, oh, wow, look at all of this, They're looking up at the Sleeping Beauty's castle, the roller coasters. I mean, they're just amazed by it. They love to look up to the sky. They love to look up to things, especially things that you don't usually see. And T-Rex, if you were to see that in real life, oh man, you think I would be amazed? Imagine if little 6-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds, oh, they'd be passing out. Guarantee you. They wouldn't be like, can I go see it, Mom? Nah, they would say, call 911 now. Timmy's not breathing. Where's his inhaler? Oh, man. I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, the imagination of what dinosaurs were 65 million years ago, I mean, it's mysterious and enthralling. When my brother and I were kids, we watched Jurassic Park. I was 4 years old when I first saw it. I fell in love with the film because of the amazing visual effects designed by ILM Studios. It was so realistic that it seemed that these dinosaurs were alive on set. I literally thought E.T. was real when I saw E.T. the Extraterrestrial. I really did. I think the average kid watching these movies back in the time of the 80s and the 90s, pretty sure they thought these things were real. Until you watch the making of, the behind the scenes, then that just crushes your outlook on animals and aliens. Oh man. What added more realism to the dinosaurs was the use of animatronics, of course, that were designed by Stan Winston, and he designed the animatronics. He designed the xenomorphs in James Cameron's 1986 film Aliens, and the Terminators in The Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day from 1984 and 1991, which were also both directed by James Cameron. Now, originally, believe it or not, the film was supposed to be stop motion. It was until ILM Studios showed Spielberg the advanced technology called computer generated images, also known as CGI. Spielberg and his team from Universal Studios were in awe with the possibilities of this new state of the art technology that would change the entire movie industry. Guys, it changed the entire movie industry. Everything that is done today is mainly done because of Jurassic Park and Terminator 2 Judgment Day, because Terminator 2 Judgment Day was amazing, and that came out in 1991, but Jurassic Park was at a whole other level. Even today, next to, man, it looks more real than Avatar. There is no movie that looks so real than the T-Rex and the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park. Like, it's scary. Like, if I were a conspiracy theory guy, I'd be going out of my way writing books and doing videos and interviews on Alex Jones or Mark Dice, telling them, nah, man, this is legit. These are real dinosaurs. They're hiding something, you know? I'd literally possibly do that if I were a loon. But it's just amazing how they did it. And the same in The Lost World Jurassic Park. It wasn't until Jurassic Park 3, oh man, everything went downhill. Everything looked so fake. The raptors looked semi-real, but everything else, it was fake as heck. And with Disney's Dinosaur, it had great visual effects, phenomenal, but it still looked fake, of course. Especially once they start talking with their jaws moving like people. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fake. And they, of course, they didn't intend it to be realistic, you know. But then everything went to garbage till Jurassic World came out, which I will talk about in another episode, and I will be very passionate about that. So Jurassic Park, it's actually an adaptation of Michael Crichton's novel Jurassic Park, and he was actually the set advisor. And the movie was released in July 1993, and it broke a staggering achievement at the box office by making over $900 million, making that the highest grossing film after E.T., which was also directed by Steven Spielberg. And E.T. made $700 million. That's crazy. And Spielberg and James Cameron are the only film directors to consecutively have two movies gain the title of highest grossing film of all time. After Jurassic Park was released, its merchandise skyrocketed in sales. Toys, video games, lunchboxes, clothes, posters, you name it. Almost like any product. Even cars, too. In 1996, the theme park Universal Studios Hollywood opened the river ride titled Jurassic Park The Ride. To this day. Actually, nah, man. I mean, yeah, it's coming. Let me rephrase it, okay? We still have the Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios, but they got rid of it briefly back in August or September last year to reconstruct the ride again to make it more modern and base it off on Jurassic World. So it's not called Jurassic Park the ride; it's Jurassic World the ride. Which I roll my eyes about it because I'm all for fixing it, add more stuff to it, maybe even make the ride longer and scarier. But Jurassic World? Ah, man, no, I'm not doing Jurassic World. Yeah, it's trash and whack. Alright, everybody, that is my rant, and I will speak to you guys later. Live long and prosper, and may the Force be with you.